Turbine Guy coming back at you once again from my roof down in Florida. And you can see my solar system on the west side of the roof behind me. And I thought I'd do a little mixing and matching before I got out of town. East side of the house, I previously put out videos that show me installing 10 of these Canadian Solar 325 watt panels for my 3600 watt inverter down there. But on the side I'm working on, I had 8 of these Suniva 285s going, and I had 7 of the Canadian Solar 325s. And I'm trying to think, how do I maximize power out of it? So right now, these are all hooked up in pairs. These first 2 are a pair, those 2 are a pair, those 2 are a pair, those 2 are a pair, and those are the 4 I took off and replaced. And that's fine hooking them up like this, but you have to remember, whenever you mix and match modules, the lower voltage modules, which would be these Sunivas, are going to dominate. So these Canadian Solar 325s aren't going to reach their 325 watt capacity or ability at any point. They're going to be limited by the voltage of these Sunivas. I think there's about a 3 volt difference, 32 versus 35 for each of these modules. And hooked up in pairs, of course, double that. Well, when the time comes and I re-roof this roof, what I'm going to end up doing is have 5 of the Canadian Solars on top and 5 on the bottom of the Sunivas. Like I did the other side, I had 5 and 5. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wire 1 Suniva to 1 Canadian Solar, 1 Suniva to 1 Canadian Solar, Suniva to Solar, and they're all going to be wired in series like that. And what that allows is a voltage to build between that module and that, and it adds up, and none of the modules is going to limit the voltage. What you do limit, though, by that way, is the module with the smaller current rating. So the current rating of the Sunivas is still going to override the current rating of the Canadian Solars, but overall I'm going to end up producing the most energy I can. Of course, I would love to just have 5 Canadian Solars on top and 5 on the bottom like I did the other side, but I'm limited. I only have 7 left, and how do I mix and match the best? Because when I started this with the 8 285s, I was just under 2300 watts. Adding these Canadian Solar 325s up here, switching them out, got me to just under 2,500 watts. When I'm all done and I've got all 10 modules up here instead of these 8, I'm going to be at 3,050 watts. It's going to be a little bit less than the 3,250 on the other side, but that's still going to be pumping out pretty good. Turbine Guy, signing off.